What's up guys, it's Chantel Jeffries and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited about this video today. I'm going to show you how to get this hair and this no makeup look. This is my quickest get ready with me. This is what I do when I have the least amount of time to get ready. A big thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video today. And I'm gonna be showing you a little clip of a meal that me and Jocelyn made last night. Roll the tape. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit that makes cooking at home fun, easy, and affordable. What I found that I liked so much about HelloFresh is that there's something for everyone, including low-calorie, vegetarian, and family-friendly recipes every week. It helps me save so much time, especially as someone who is pretty indecisive. It only takes 30 minutes to prepare a whole meal and get on the table, which saves me a lot of time for someone who's on the go. I also love how HelloFresh is so sustainable with pre-portioned ingredients. That means there's less prep for you and less food waste. HelloFresh is flexible and fits your lifestyle. You can add extra meals or lunches to your weekly order, even throw in sides or desserts with garlic bread and cookie dough. HelloFresh is now from $5.66 per serving, so make sure you go to HelloFresh.com and use code ChantelJeffries10 during HelloFresh's New Year's sale for 10 free meals, including shipping. Alright, so let's get into the video. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is prep my skin so that I can kind of like dry before I start my makeup while I move on to my hair. So, first thing I'm going to do is take this Mario Badescu, the facial spray with aloe and rose water. I'm going to spray this all over my face so that it can be damp. So, next I have this hyaluronic acid. I got this one from Amazon, so I'll put the link down below. Just take like a pea size and apply it all over my face. And next I'm gonna take a little bit of sunscreen. I'm gonna be like outside and stuff like that, even though it's overcast. And this is the Murad Age Reform. I like this consistency of sunscreen because it doesn't have that white finish, because I feel like sometimes, well, number one, it has like a lot of flashback, although that doesn't really matter for right now. But I don't really like how the other sunscreen can kind of make you look a little bit more pale if it's really white. This one's clear, so. And it gives you like a mattifying effect, which is fine because I'm gonna put like an illuminating moisturizer on after, so. Next, I'm going to take the Glam Glow Nude Glow Moisturizer. These are just little sample sizes that I have, or the travel sizes. I take this, I really like this moisturizer when I'm doing a light makeup look because the illuminating moisturizers, the way they refract the light, it makes your skin look more clear and even without actually putting on any foundation. My forehead's red right now because I just plucked my eyebrows. So that's why it's like that. So hopefully it will go down in the next couple minutes. I got a lot of requests for, I've been wearing my hair recently in this braided style that I do, which makes it really wavy and natural looking. Pretty simple, but I guess just like the way I do it, people were wondering if I did it. So I'm gonna show you guys that, which is my favorite thing because once I get out of the shower, I have extensions, so it takes like longer for my hair to dry. And if I'm in a rush, this is really easy for me to kind of like do my hair and go without having to like actually fully do my hair, which is what takes the longest amount of time. Now that I've prepped my skin, and I'm gonna let this soak in because it's gonna be like a little wet for a few minutes. Hair. I really wanted to do a story time with you guys and I couldn't decide between doing this video and the story time, so I'm going to incorporate my story into this video. This is a really crazy story. I've been wanting to tell you guys this for a long time, and somebody actually wrote me on Twitter a couple days ago and were like, can you please do that story time about your stalker? You and Catherine live together. So first up for my hair, I'm gonna spray Grow It Girl. It's like an aloe vera based spray that helps your hair grow. So you spray it on your scalp and kind of like rub it in a little. So I use this to help my hair grow because I have extensions and get my hair styled a lot for work. So I need to make sure that it stays healthy all over the roots. Just kind of like rub it in a little. To do that, it's a 10. This helps to detangle my hair so I don't get breakage while I'm brushing it out, and heat protectant because I am going to blow dry my hair once it's in the braids for just like 2 minutes or so. Still heat on my hair. And so I'm gonna spray this, not too much because I don't want my hair to be like too greasy, but all right. So next I'm going to brush out my hair with one of these little, it's kind of like dirty, but this is my, yeah, I don't know, wet brush I guess, but it looks like this. So about 5 years ago, because it was when me and Catherine first moved to LA from Miami, we were living together in this apartment, like in West Hollywood area. And one day we were just like sitting in the living room, and we had a projector in our living room and we were watching a movie. So we were just sitting in there, and all of a sudden, it's like maybe like 9:30 at night, all of a sudden we hear a knock on the door, and we're like, that's strange, it's so late, like it's too late for UPS. But the thing is, UPS and FedEx and stuff, they will sometimes deliver at like 8:30 or so. So we're like, oh, maybe, you know, they're just delivering packages or something. So we go, Catherine answers the door, and there's this young guy at the door, maybe like 25 or so. And she's like, can I help you, whatever? And he's like,
oh, is Chantel here?
And she's like, who is this? And he's like, so-and-so. Catherine's like, oh, we don't know any so-and-so, whatever this guy's name is. I'm like, that's so weird. Like, I didn't come to the door, but I was standing close enough so that I could hear the interaction. And I'm like, that's so weird. Like, what the heck? This is so strange. So I got kind of creeped out because we live alone, you know, us two, we're young girls. We just moved to LA, so we're new and whatever. Once that happened the next day, I get a text from my agent saying, oh, check your spam email because my emails have been going to spam. So I open my spam folder and I see an email thread from this name of this guy, which is the same name of the guy who came to my door the night previously. So now I'm kind of like freaked out. I click on the email thread to open it, and there are 2,500 emails in this thread. So I'm like, what the heck? So Catherine and I start reading through these emails, and we discover that, let me get into my next step, my hair. I'm gonna put this Diva Curl Leave-In Decadence, which is leave-in conditioner. If you have less dry hair or your hair gets greasy easily, then I don't think you need this step because the other stuff's already a leave-in product. I'm just putting this in the ends because I do have extensions and they are pretty dry. So I'm gonna do that, and because my hair is kind of damaged from the highlights. And then I am going to take this Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus Curl Mousse. I'm gonna put like 2 pumps. I'm gonna work my way up. I don't wanna get too close to the root. My hair does kind of get, my natural hair does get oily pretty easily. Another pump from the other side. Next step, I have these little black washcloths, which are so useful for not ruining your towels when you take off your makeup or dry your face after washing off your makeup if there's any left over. So I just keep them in my drawer, but I use this to help like scrunch up my hair. I'm going to use this wave spray to help just make it a little bit more wavy. And this will be really helpful if your hair isn't like super wavy or curly, but this gives it more of a natural look instead of such like a crimp look when you do braids. So what I do is I just scrunch my hair and add spray as I do it, and it helps it dry a little bit too. Catherine and I, we open up this email thread, we start reading through these emails. This individual had been emailing me for the past 3 years, thinking that we were in a relationship, and like essentially thinking that all of my posts and Snapchats were directed at him and were like only for him in a way, or something strange, I don't really know. In the email thread, he's like,
oh, coming to LA, gonna find you, like I know what the outside of your house looks like, I know which car you drive, and I know you live in West Hollywood, so I'm gonna walk like however many blocks every day until I find your house.
And then like leading up to him coming to my front door,
he's like, oh, I found the apartment building, but I don't know which unit it is. Can you come outside?
Was apparently outside my house for like 4 or 5 days in a row, or like nights in a row, asking me to come outside through email and wondering which apartment and not being able to figure it out. So on this particular night, Catherine and I were watching a movie on our projector, and he could see through the window that there was like a projector in our apartment, but we had posted on our Snapchat stories like, oh, like movie night or whatever, watching a movie with our projector. So that's the way he was able to find out which particular apartment when he rang the doorbell. After this, I got like really freaked out. I didn't know what to do, so contacted the authorities, and they were like, oh, you need to respond to this person and let them know that like you are not in a relationship with them, you don't know them, because they might have gotten catfished by someone using your photos and think that you guys have been talking or dating even though it's not actually you. So I did as instructed. I was like, hey, I don't know you. Like, I don't know if someone's been talking to you using my pictures, but it's not me. Like, I'm sorry, like I don't, but like, please leave me alone, I don't know you. He began to retaliate and tell me that I had a personality disorder. I didn't remember. Like he said that these things were true, and it was like, I'm just pretending that I don't know him. All these crazy things. And I'm like, I started to get really concerned because I'm like, you can't reason with someone like this. And I was just like feeling scared, but not like, I didn't really feel necessarily threatened because he never made any like alarming comments in his emails, like threatening me physically or violently, but like he would get really angry when I would say something like whenever I responded and I'm like, oh, I don't know you. I'm like, we're not dating. And then I'm like, he would like write me back these angry messages. I'm like, okay, so I tell the police this. They're like, oh, it's really hard to get a restraining order unless he's been making a physical threat to you. You're not going to be able to get one like more than a 2-week temporary or 3, whatever it is, like a short time period, restraining order. I don't really know what to do. I block his email so that he won't be able to email me, and like before this happens, it's actually really crazy because he's telling me all the details of like,
oh, I'm saving up my money, like I'm coming to LA, and then it's like, oh, I bought my plane ticket to LA. Oh, I just landed in LA. Oh, I'm staying here. Oh, I'm doing this today. Like, oh, I'm gonna walk this many miles today to find your house. So
he's giving me a play-by-play, so I kind of know. So I want to see the messages just so that I can like get an idea if something's gonna happen. I can like keep up with this guy so I won't be caught off guard. So then I'm like, okay, I block his email so it goes to my spam and it like tells you that the messages aren't being delivered or something, but you can still read them. If you type in the search bar like the email, then you can see the messages that are in the trash because it makes the messages go directly to trash. So next, I'm gonna take the velvet scrunchies.
Yeah, this is the new Hydro Flask.
Which I like the most because they hold your hair and they don't slip like the silk ones slip a lot. These ones I use to put at the bottom of my braids because you don't get a crease in the bottom of your braids. This is my little silicone lip scrubber thing and lip balm by Nurse Jamie, which I'm gonna just put on so I can soak in while I do this. And I rub it in. All right, so I'm just gonna put my hair in 2 braids, leaving the top a little bit loose so that this waviness can stay there, or else it will be like straight. I'm just gonna do 2 braids on each side. I'm keeping up with this guy, but I'm also telling all of my friends, like trying to keep my friends around, like not go places with me because I don't know what could possibly happen. I've heard like horror stories of stalkers and this and that, and like can't reason with someone like this, so making sure I take the proper precautions. At the time, Catherine and Austin had just started being together, and like me and Catherine lived together, so like sometimes she would leave and be with him, whatever, so I'd be by myself. So at this time they had went on a trip or something and they were out of town. I was home alone and I was trying to like hang out with friends and not be by myself at the house just because I know he knows where I live, and like I was being careful what I posted. I would like post things after I would go places just because I knew that's how he was finding out where I was and stuff like that. So he showed up to like a couple of places that I was. He showed up like one day I went to lunch and he like found me. I don't really know how, but he like showed up to where I was and then like tried to talk to me and I had to like avoid. It was so strange. So this particular night by myself, he comes to my house and I'm alone and I'm like so scared. So then like I'm calling Catherine and also I'm like, I call the police. They get there, like by the time they get there, he's no longer outside because I'm just in my house. I won't answer the door. I won't come near the windows, whatever. And Catherine and Austin get back from their trip and like get home like right as the police are getting there. So it's like this whole thing. So I'm just so confused because I'm like, I'm telling you I don't know you, this and that, like I don't know what else to say. Really shook that he was there, and like I also was really upset that there was nothing that like the authorities could do with this type of situation, because being like a young woman and like you just feel unsafe in your home and stuff like this, and like they don't really do anything to help you. And so Catherine and Austin get home and then I was like, oh, like relieved, whatever. He was like in town for like 2 weeks trying to stalk me or whatever. And then eventually he left. So then I was like, and he like read in his email. So I knew that he was gone, at least from what he said. And he wasn't lying about anything else. So I'm like, so we did our investigation. We found out all these things about this guy. We find his address, his house. Like, you know, girls, when they want to find something out, they are the FBI. So we found out like all this information, and we kind of like are able to piece certain things together. We find out like his mom's name. We are able to get in contact with her and like all these things just so that we can kind of like do what we can since the authorities aren't helping. It's so crazy because I never saw him again after he left, but he continued to email me every day. I think up until like, I haven't checked recently, but up until like, I'd say like a year ago or so, he continued to write me. So I have had other stalkers since then and other crazy stories, but that was like my first time where, you know, had that type of thing happen to me. Yeah, so luckily for me and thankfully nothing bad happened, and I was able to, you know, just kind of like protect myself. It is really disturbing to know that the authorities really can't do anything. They can't give you a restraining order, a permanent restraining order. There's really nothing that they can do, so it's just important to be aware of your surroundings and stuff like that, which obviously in this day and age we all know with human trafficking and things like that. I've also learned to like be more careful with what I'm posting, and from that I realized that people can put together the smallest clues to find out things. Anyways, so that's my story. It's not too crazy, but so next. All right, so once you have these braids in, what I like to do is kind of spread out the braid and like zhuzh it out a little so that you get a bigger wave instead of like a tighter crimp like this. Braid it as close to the bottom as I can, and I put these hair ties so you don't get any creases. So I'm gonna do a skincare routine video for you guys soon. I've just been trying out all these new products, which is why I'm breaking out and like narrowing down my skincare routine for you. Okay, so once this is done, now for the face. So this is like really, really minimal makeup. This is like a no makeup look basically that I do on the daily pretty much. So the first thing you're gonna do is I'm gonna take this Peter Thomas Roth 24 karat gold. This is Pure Luxury Lift and Firm Prism Cream. I put this as like a base highlight. I put it here. I have very big cheeks. The little end of the eyebrow. I like golden highlighter. I don't like an iridescent highlighter too much because I like that sun-kissed look. Oh no. Guys, sorry. I had to go with their yard work. I also got this new tool that I'm gonna show you guys how to use in my skincare video, but it's kind of also why I have all these red spots on me, because it's like one of these skin spatula things, and it is actually crazy how they work. I'm waiting to see if it makes me break out or not before I put it in my skincare video, but it gets out so many of your blackheads. It's actually crazy. I can't believe how much stuff was in my skin that came out. Okay, so once you do that, next I'm going to use the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. This is in the shade Ginger, and I'm just gonna do under my eyes and like any blemishes that I want to cover up. So I'm just gonna go around, cover up. And I honestly kind of like to leave some of them out because it makes you look like you're wearing no makeup actually. So I just cover the ones that are really drastic, and then I leave like a little bit of, don't do too much to my cheeks because once I put the blush on, I feel like it kind of disguises it and makes it just look like it could be freckles or whatever. So I'm gonna take a bead blender. Mine has the freckle spots all over, which you'll see why in a second. It stains it. It's like almost like a henna, so it stains it, but I just washed it and it's clean. I know y'all be roasting for the beauty blender, so I left some spot showing. I'm going to take my Sun-Kissed. This is the matte, Nudies Matte Oliver Bronze color, which is this is like a blush. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like almost like a burnt orangish pink. I use this brush. I just do this and then I tap. You want to start as soon as where your cheeks transition from dipping in to dipping out. And I put a lot, and it will look like a lot, and then it kind of like goes away within like a few minutes. I don't really know how or why, but like sometimes like I do it a little too much, so I tap in my concealer just to blend it so it doesn't have like a harsh line. Now for the freckles. For the eyebrows, I usually don't do my eyebrows when I'm doing this look just because my eyebrows are already pretty dark and thick. But what I will do is kind of just brush them up and then put some eyebrow gel called More Brows. If you want to add to your brows without using an eyebrow pencil, I recommend one of those gels that kind of like add to your eyebrow. I'm just gonna use a clear one because mine are already dark. Like black pretty much. So for the freckles, I'm using this Freck. I just do sporadic. I'll do like clumps of 3s and 2s and singular little dots. And I also like to do little heart shapes so that they look more natural. Like I'll do like this, and then I'll do like, this is just something I can do in like 15, 20 seconds. You dab it and then use it like a stamp. So once you dab it, there'll be product left over on this that when you redo it, it will go back onto your face, so you'll get more spots. And you can do as much of this as you want, depending on, if I feel like it's a little harsh, I'll just take the blush brush with the remainder of the blush and I'll just kind of tap over it. Next, I take my eyelash curler, which works better when warm, so I literally just put it in my armpit because I just got the shower, and I warm it up. And then I curl my eyelashes. Final step of makeup, Cosa Sport. This is a hyaluronic lip balm, and it is in the shade Pulse. So I'm gonna wipe off the other lip balm that I put on before applying this, which I just messed up, so. And then you wanna apply this because if you already have lip balm on, it won't soak into your lips and give you that natural look. It will look like you're wearing, more like you're wearing lip balm or lipstick. So I wipe off the other stuff because you want this to kind of like stain your lips in a way. I'm putting on I rub it in a little and then I'm gonna tap. And then I'm gonna dab this in the middle because it's a little lighter. So now, for hair, we're gonna finish up this look in a blow dryer. So I'm gonna blow dry these braids and just kind of like heat it up and let it set a little bit. And then I'm gonna put my clothes on and let like the heat cool so that it sets the braids a little bit. My hair is still not gonna be completely dry, so it's going to look like a natural wave, like out of the shower look. All right, so I blow dried it literally for like 2 minutes. My hair is already kind of curly. The reason I even started doing this is because my extensions are straight and my hair is curly, and I was in Tulum and it's so humid there that my hair had never been curlier ever, and my extensions had never been straighter. So I started braiding it so that the extensions would match my natural hair a little bit more. I do this and then I will wrap my braids like this, and I will put on a silk cap and I will sleep like that. You get an even nicer, bigger, wavy look that stays longer and is less frizzy, because when you let it stay overnight with that silk thing, it kind of like brings all the frizziness down. I'm gonna get dressed, let this dry literally for like 5 10 more minutes and we'll take it out. All right, so my hair is still, I would say like 30% damp, and I'm gonna take it out, but luckily the ends where the extensions are the driest parts, so they are like the most set. I'm just gonna blow dry it on like a cool setting just to make sure it's set just for another like 30 seconds. Now we're ready to take it out. And the best part about this hairstyle is it looks even better the next day. Like Jocelyn, I did this days ago, and then yesterday Jocelyn was like, your hair looks so good, like never looked better. And I was like, oh. So this is kind of what it looks like after, which you can see the extensions are wavy because usually they're straight, and it kind of just helps it like a really natural, when it dries, wavy look. Like it doesn't look like you've had braids once it dries. I like this look because I feel like it's a youthful look and it's super easy, and you can do it to run errands or work out, or it's very easy to go day to night with this. I just add some brows, mascara, and I'll do some bronzer, and then I'm ready for, there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you please comment your suggestions down below so that I can have more ideas of videos to film for you guys and like show you what you want. I am working on my skincare routine, so that's gonna be my next video, and I'm super excited because you guys know that skincare is my #1 obsession, like of all time. Again, a big thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. You can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all of the links are down below. So yeah, and you can find all my music on all streaming platforms. So yeah, give it a listen, and I will see you next time.